What's up?
What's
We
up?
are back
Just
with
two of us.
episode number 282. We're calling it the Ultimate Dream Band.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Just among the living, though, not among the dead.
Among the living, yes. And before I mean, obviously we'll get into the topic shortly, but we should have George G joining us really soon from George G's Room of Rock. He was running a few minutes late. Steve and Kev will not be joining us. Both of them got stuck at work. And yeah, so that's what's going on with that. That's why we're back to old school, just the two of us, and we did that for a long time, just me and you.
Yep.
And before that, it was just you and Rob.
I think we can handle it.
Yep, we sure can. And there's George. I'm going to tell him we are live. Nothing like production quality.
Of course.
Anyhow, shout outs. Let's see. I picked up a couple of new CDs by a band I don't even know. I picked them up just because of who they were compared to, but the name of the band is Sunset Mission. And you can get their CD. They have two CDs. They're both on these little flat things, prog rock. But they were the bands they were compared to was what made me interested. But one of the bands that they compared them to was a band that you and I particularly like, that other people seem to think we shouldn't even talk about on our show. But they compared them to Ozric Tentacles.
Really?
So I just got them. I haven't heard them yet, but I'm looking forward to checking them out. Maybe some of you guys have heard them. The name of the band is Sunset Mission. Sunset Mission, and they're literally giving their CDs away for shipping. Okay. I mean, you can give a donation, but I gave them, I don't know, for two CDs I gave them $16, and that included the $6 shipping, so I gave them $10.
Yeah,
basically.
I got a guy in Ireland that was doing that. Matt Reddy, he's like a shredder guitarist from up on the Emerald Isle, and he said for $6 he'll send me a CD, and he sent me a picture and a signed autograph thing, and the CD is really good. So yeah, I'll support him. What the heck?
Yeah. Like I said, though, I don't know if they're good or not. Maybe somebody who's watching has, but hey, we got Tony Clem checking in. Tony Clem.
Damien Hair Metal, as always.
Damien Hair Metal, yep. Grego. Metal Kev, which is not our Kev, it's a different Kev. What's up, Kev? And Heavy Metal Overkill is joining in. So who else we got here? AVJR checking in. Demon Hunter is going to release their new album. I gotta be honest, that's a band I can't get into. I've listened to all their albums, and I don't know. I'm just not into that. I just can't get into the metalcore stuff. And their first album wasn't even that. It was like kind of new metal, and I couldn't get into that either. So have you heard Demon Hunter?
Yeah, I don't care for them either, but hey, to each their own.
Yep, absolutely. My Shannon's here. Yep. My good buddy Bill Bafford, the guy who owns Rock Records and No Lights Metal Records, he's a huge Demon Hunter fan, loves them. So, which is funny because he doesn't like metalcore, but he loves Demon Hunter. So I was like, oh, right on. Like I said, to each his own. I've tried. Everybody says how great they are, but I just can't get into them. Yeah. Struggling to stay. Tony Clem says he's struggling to stay awake.
Why? He must have. Well, he's always on the road and he's always doing a lot of work. So
maybe Carcass will start doing a strip show that'll keep you awake.
That'll get us run quicker than fast. I don't think Tony wants to see me doing that, but
I pulled out an old band I haven't heard in forever today too. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this band or not, but let me know if anybody is. You guys ever heard of Siam?
Nope.
You got it. There's another one of their albums, Siam. The Language of Menace, and this one's called Prayer. Despite the name of the album, they're not a Christian band. So they are prog metal from the mid 90s through the 2000s. They kind of sound like early Queensryche, early Fates Warning, that kind of sound. Actually, I was also listening to where'd it go? I was also listening to, here it is, Lethal Programmed, another band in that same style of music. So
yeah, that's a good one. Speaking of prog, I was talking back and forth on Messenger with Mark Chaos Massacre down in Melbourne, and that when he had never. I sent him. I think I sent you that video of Flotsam and Jetsam.
Yes,
like,
the
doing
early stuff.
Hammerhead. Yeah,
Yep.
he said, "Oh my gosh, I'd never even really didn't really know much about them." And then I said, "Well, just buyer beware." After their first 2 records, I guess when the storm goes down, their third one was still thrashy enough, but after that, they just completely went off the rails, and then somehow righted the ship. And he said, "Yeah, you're absolutely right." He said they went super proggy, and then now they're back to being more of a thrash band. Now that I guess that they're sober, is that the reason why?
I don't know, but they're definitely been playing thrash like the last 3 albums. So
Yeah, I mean, Quattro and Drift and all those are just
straight. They're just straight up metal albums. That's all they are. They're not thrash, but they're straight up metal.
Yeah, but anyway, he was stunned and amazed. I never really, and he's an experienced dude. I mean, he's been playing guitar in bands for 2 or 3 decades, and mostly metal. And for someone to not know who Flotsam was or not be familiar with him, and so I'm going to send him some stuff to keep him on point. And
right
I guess that before the internet, there was it was tough to find out new bands. But and he's our age, so well, he's your age. I'm older than dirt, but anyhow, speaking of new stuff that I came across, I got these little. I'm going to try and the sound on these is not very good. These are from one of Henry's Japanese importers, Aussie New Mexican Revelation, live in Albuquerque from '82.
Oh, right on.
Let's see. This is the Port Valley football stadium in Stoke-on-Trent, UK. Hey, George. And then there's one last one. Hammersmith Odeon, the first show in London. And they don't sound great, but I'm going to see if I can't slam them in Audacity and get them to sounding a little better. But I don't know. I've been sort of on an Aussie bender lately because of obvious reasons. So those were kind of a unique find. Those 3 little things. I'll let you know how they turn out, especially the one from Albuquerque.
Or this one.
I can't hear anything.
Can't hear anything?
Come on.
We can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
We can hear you. He's muted us on the other end.
Let me check and make sure he's not muted on my end. Anyhow, technical difficulties. Sorry, guys.
I'll send you an updated version of those if they turn out okay.
Sweet. Can you hear us at all?
I can't hear a thing. I can't hear anything.
Wow. Anyhow, well, got any other shout outs you want to do before we get into the meat of the show here?
No. Other than it's fun it's kind of fun working around a record shop in a place that's got 8 million posters because I find unique stuff all the time, and so I realize I'm supposed to be contracting my space here, and if anybody needs vintage audio, I've got several dozen pieces that I need to get rid of. And I would be happy to ship them to you or set them up or drive them over to your house and put them on your front lawn if you'd like. But I just need space. I don't need, more. Well, everyone needs more records, but anyhow. But no, man, just waiting for football season's in full swing, and we're excited in this house.
Well, it's time for...
I love that thing. It's not long enough. Even though somebody said it's too long.
Still can't hear us?
Can you hear us?
I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep. Perfectly fine.
I got no earbuds, so I'm just trying them out because the other ones I didn't realize when I touched them they went crackled when they watched the video back. I'm like, oh crap. So I got them ones over the ear. So.
Shannon Fry says I can drive to Vegas. I might just tell me what you need, Shannon. Okay, so picks of the week. Here's my rock pick of the week. Not only have I been on a Van Halen bender, but I've been on a Jimi Hendrix bender too.
Oh, that happens to me all the time.
And And if you don't have this in your collection, gosh, I feel so skinny. I feel so restricted. But anyway, if you don't have Hendrix's first album in your collection, just go over and buy it somewhere. I'm sure your local record store has it.
There you go.
There we go. But anyway, highly recommended. You'll hear subtle hints of heavy metal in here, and maybe some that aren't so subtle. This thing is just an amazing record, especially if you hearken back to the early or the late '60s when it was recorded. This had to be a mind blower for most people.
Had to be. Yeah, I mean, it was so freaking heavy.
It was heavy.
66, 67.
Yeah, it was fast, and plus I don't even want to get into the ethnic part of it because African American people were not supposed to be playing rock and roll like this, at least not on this level. But thank goodness for Chuck Berry and the likes for putting it on the map, because Hendrix is this album's just a mind blower. It's a must for every collection. And when we were doing our episode about German stuff, this isn't German, but it's close enough. It's Swiss.
Oh, right on. I just played that the other day.
Yeah, Midas Touch, Presage of Disaster. This thing is a ripper, dude. It's on Noise International. It's a German pressing. If you're not familiar with this band, I think they were one and done, weren't they?
That's as far as I know.
I think this is the only album they had, and they left it all out on the field. This thing is a shredding monster. So, and it does have some elements of prog. I know, Scott, you really like proggy stuff, but this thing is a ripper, dude. In fact, I compared them a little bit to a band called Target, also from Switzerland. But this thing is got a little element of heaviness to it. And if you like Cyclone, Artillery, Exodus, you'll love Midas Touch. So
looks like they had 2 demos outside of that. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. And then I don't know if they went on to do to do other bands or what have you, but anyway, they sing about planet being in crisis and pollution and heartless technology and the criminal element. I mean, they were way advanced. I mean, this was from, let's see, 1989.
Right on.
So Midas Touch, Presage of Disaster, and then Jimi Hendrix's first album, Are You Experienced? These are 2 must-haves in your collection, and those are my picks of the week.
And we are back.
We're
all 3 of us.
Yeah.
And we can hear and see and all the other kind of fun stuff.
Yes.
Let's see if I can put my face a little closer. I shaved, got rid of my beard.
I didn't.
It was driving me up the friggin' wall, so I got rid of it.
See, Springfield says, speaking of Hendrix, Bold as Love is getting a 5 LP 4 CD box set.
Interesting.
Wow. That's
a
cool.
Lot of old classic 60s, 70s albums.
I think that's kind of overlooked. That's a really good one.
Yep.
Well, they're all kind of good, but they all have their elements. When Hendrix got a little too experimental, there was like Midnight Lightning and Crash Landing and some of those. Those were kind of hard to swallow, but man, you can't go wrong with that first one. Not at all.
Nope. Or the second one.
Or the second one. Or all the bootlegs that I own. All 100 of them. I'm sorry. Special pressings. My bad.
Yes, special pressings. So how are you, George? Welcome to the show. Sorry we had a little bit of tech difficulty there.
It's okay. How's everyone doing? I'm doing good. Thanks for inviting me again, guys.
So are you a Giants fan?
Keep talking.
What's that?
I noticed we were talking about football season and getting into full swing. Are you a football NFL fan or a? Yeah,
I watched the Las Vegas Raiders.
Oh, you're a Raider fan. Okay, good.
Yeah, they're not going to do good anyway. They won a game. They're ahead of the Chiefs for 1 week at least.
Yeah, that's right.
That may not happen again, so I got to enjoy it while I can.
That's right.
Yeah.
The Queen is a Broncos fan, so the Raiders are not welcome in our home. But the Chiefs losing,
That's
that's
okay.
welcome in our home.
Yeah, I don't watch football. Hockey is the only sport I really keep in, I watch
Well,
or
I
keep in
watch-
contact with.
we
so.
watch hockey. We watch hockey, but we're Rangers fans, so sorry.
Oh,
All right, nothing wrong with that. At least they're watching hockey.
All right, the gloves just came off.
For me, it's the Flyers and the Kings. So,
Yeah, I was gonna say.
and my
but-
wife is the Kings and the Penguins. Unfortunately,
Mm.
So there you go. Got to fight. We got the Penguins and the Flyers in the same house.
we don't watch when we watch the Flyers play the Penguins. We do not watch their game in the same room because I tend to piss her off. So yeah,
Oh, Damien Hair Metal says yes. Go Kings.
go Kings, go! Yes, absolutely. We'll see. Starts
Yep.
this end of this month. Season.
What do they say? That's why they
preseason starts
play
this
the
month.
game.
So, hey, we got Blackmore Rules. What's up?
All right.
Welcome. Got Springfield's here. Some more people checking in. There's Blackmore Rules.
Oh man, he is
Rangers,
so-
they beat the Canucks in '94 finals, and I'm still pouting about it.
Man, he's into it, isn't he? Yeah, go Golden Knights.
Ugh.
But well,
Have a golden night. Yeah,
should we?
that's what they say as you're leaving the stadium from the game. Have a golden night.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yes.
Thanks.
Yeah, they're pretty corny.
Well, at least they have a name. They're not like the Utah Hockey Club. I guess they're the Avalanche.
They have a
or
name.
what?
They have a
Yeti?
name now. Yeah, they just announced it.
The Abominable Snow People, or
No,
Snow
it's
Person?
called the Mammoth.
The Mammoth.
Utah
that's
Mammoth.
right. They have a cool
Yeah.
logo though. That's a pretty cool
Very-
logo.
Yeah, so it's like a mountain and a
And a mammoth.
mammoth head. Yeah.
All
kinda
right.
cool.
Enough about that. Let's get to the important stuff. We're going to put together. We kind of did this once before, but we were just kind of scatter shooting. But I thought it'd be fun to try and do it again, where we're just putting together, and we're just we're selecting players from the living, not amongst the dead. So sorry, Lemmy. Sorry, Hendricks. Sorry, Jim Morrison. Sorry, Worrell Dane. We're just going to go with the living. But I thought it'd be good if we selected two guitar players for our ultimate band, a bass player, a vocalist, and a drummer. And so I don't know how we. I mean, I thought maybe we do a junior B team, a junior varsity, and a varsity. And
That's
then
fine. But before we do that, I want to talk about if any of you guys have heard the new Dark Angel album.
Oh yeah.
Have you
No,
guys
I
heard it yet?
heard the one song. Just the one song.
What'd you think of it? Which song did you hear? The title track?
Yeah, the one they released a couple months ago. That's the only one I heard.
Any of you guys that
That
are
was one-
watching Shannon Fry, especially because you always have fun opinions. What do you guys think of the new Dark Angel? If you've heard the whole album, so the album was released this week, and if you pre-ordered it, which I did, the physical product hasn't showed up, but they sent everybody a free download. Of course, almost immediately the whole album showed up on YouTube on multiple channels. So I don't know. I kind of like what I heard. I mean, I only got to hear it once through. I'll wait until I get my vinyl and I can crank it through my Bose, but I liked it. I don't see what. Because I'm seeing a lot of this.
No, God.
I thought there's nothing groundbreaking on it. I mean, it's I don't think it sucks per se, but was it as good as I expected? No, it wasn't. But it's not the worst thing I've ever heard. I mean, it could be Guns N' Roses or Slipknot or some other garbage, but I don't know. I thought it was okay.
Me too. I liked it. I only got to hear it the one time all the way through, and I was listening on my crappy computer speakers, and so I'll hopefully when the vinyl gets here, I'll get to hear it.
Well, Scott,
Sounding
if
a
you
little
have
better.
crappy computer speakers, I can help you with that. So perhaps I should drive to your house with some of my vintage equipment. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not kidding. But the thing about it is Dark Angel wasn't. I mean, it wasn't like they have a catalog of a dozen records or anything.
No, they basically had 4 records.
And they haven't done anything in 30 years.
Exactly.
So, I don't know. I thought it was okay. I mean, I'll probably buy it.
Yep, I already did.
Where did you buy it from? Because I looked on the where they had it for that their label, and it's in Canada. They want $20 just to ship a $14 CD.
Yeah.
I guess because of the tariffs and all that stuff from Canada. I don't know if that's got something to do with it or not, but I was like, wow, it's a lot of money for a CD. That's what, whatever it comes out to be.
Yeah, hopefully it'll get some
$45.
get some distribution down here somewhere. So yeah, the shipping things are all jacked up at the moment. I'm not understanding. I keep getting messages from Discog sellers and eBay sellers telling me that the tariffs don't affect music, but I had ordered months ago from Japan a couple of records and they shipped and they got all the way to the United States and then they went all the way back again. So I got a message from the seller saying that he had to resend them because of the tariffs. And I'm like, well, what does the tariffs have to do with a $20 record? And why were they sent back? And
Well,
and it wasn't, he wasn't lying. I mean, I watched the tracking and it did come here and then go back. So
DHL stopped shipping to the United States from anywhere. I mean, they just stopped. I don't, and no reason given. They just, I don't know. They're being horses patoots. But anyway,
they have one great album. Second is good. No, I disagree.
Darkness Descends is epic. You can't argue that one. And I think Leave Scars is good.
I think Leave Scars is phenomenal. It's one of my all-time favorite thrash albums. So yeah, I don't understand the I really don't understand the hate.
Yeah, well, people
like to hate. People like to hate.
They don't like to. I mean, whatever.
Well, this is. I mean, Shannon Fry said it's bland, boring, and the vocals are strained and horrendous. So that's kind of the.
But he's not the only one that's saying that. There's a whole lot of people that are saying that.
Oh, so he was saying that's what he meant was Leave Scars. He was talking about Leave Scars being the second album. Yeah, the first album was kind of an independent release.
Yeah, and it's okay. It's not good. It's okay. But Darkness Descends and Leave Scars, and even the live album.
I like the one that followed. I don't know. I thought all their studio albums were good, but that's just me. So
yeah.
But anyhow, all right. Enough of the Dark Angel discussion. I was just curious what everybody thought.
You were going to get some vitriol on that one.
Yeah. I don't know. I just thought Time Does Not Heal was a really. I mean that.
Oh
it's
yeah,
very tech.
That's a good one too.
It's very technical.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought Ron's vocals were better than what's his name, the original vocalist too, Don Dottie.
Mm-hmm.
But Don was kicked out of the band from what I was told by. Well, I was told that by Gene. I was told that by Ron. Matter of fact, I think he even said it when we had Ron on the show that one time. So
yeah,
because he was struggling so hard in the studio to get anything done, the band just finally had enough and see ya. So it is what it is. Stuff happens. But anyhow, sorry about that.
No, that's why we're here. We're just having fun.
Yep. All right. So what are we going to do? We're going to start listening to some vocalists that we like and see what we can come to an agreement.
Well, I mean, originally and I don't know how much time. We've got half the show still left, but this could take forever. But I thought maybe a B team or a junior varsity and a varsity, but I don't know. So if you were going to name and see, I've already changed some of my picks. So you want me to start with like the third tier?
Well, so I guess we need to say, so this band that we're going to be forming, they're not a thrash band, they're not a death metal band. We wanted to be able to play almost any style of metal. That was kind of what you said, right?
Sure.
Because when I originally started to write this down, I'm like, all right, well, this band we'll have one band that's a thrash band, and one band that's a death metal band, and one band that's a metal band, and that could be the three tiers. But if we're just going to do, we'll just do two tiers and they can play anything, then yeah, I've got some choices. But yeah, let's do that. What are your choices for vocalists then?
Okay, for vocalist, my top 5 are James Rivera, King Diamond, Rob Halford, George Call, and Miles Kennedy.
Okay. What do you got, George? Anything?
Yeah, well, I kind of did it the wrong way because I didn't know I was just doing a living, so I had to think in my head here, but
Yeah, I had to change my list a little bit too.
I didn't have to do it right now. But if I could pick, I picked Todd Latore,
That's a good one.
Eric Adams,
Okay, Man of War.
and I got to think now because Ralph Sheepers.
Oh, that's a good one too. I didn't think of
I
that.
had him on my list. I mean, he's out of the top 5, but he's on my list.
No, my top 5, and I'm gonna just put a little note on the very last one that I'm saying is I'm talking about when he was in his prime. So he's still alive, so we can still pick him, but I don't know that he could hit the notes like he used to. But my choices, and we have a couple in common here, was James Rivera, Hellstar, Rob Rock, who I think is one of the most powerhouse vocalists ever. I also picked George Call. How about John Ark from the first couple Fates Warning
I can't argue
records?
with that.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
And then one of my all-time favorite vocalists is Ian Gillan.
Yeah, I wish he could still Ian Gillan like Ian Gillan, but
Yeah, I saw him a few years ago, and they did the entire. I mean, it was probably 8-9 years ago, but they did the whole Machine Head album live, and man, I mean, it was. I loved it. I was just like, several times I was just finding myself closing my eyes, just listening and just enjoying the music. And he sounded great, but yeah, he's not screaming like he used to. But I mean, he's not a young man anymore. So
no.
I also had, and they weren't in the top 5, but I also had Ray Alder and Rob Halford on my list.
Okay, so we agree on Halford, George Call, and James Rivera. That's not shocking, I guess.
Well, what do you think, George? What any of those guys pique your interest?
I think James Rivera piques my interest.
Yeah, he's
severely underrated as a singer, and he's not too well known as all these other ones you mentioned. But should be.
Yeah, he should be. He's like a powerhouse, like Dio and Halford and Dickinson, in my opinion.
Which, Hellstar has a new record coming out. Have you heard any of the new stuff?
I have not, and I want the new album, but man, that thing is expensive.
Yeah.
I looked on everywhere online. It's like $50 plus shipping.
I think they get better with age. Those guys just keep getting better and better. And like every album is incrementally better.
So, yeah, I mean, we could put. I'm all up for putting James Rivera as a vocalist. Name some of the bands he's been in. He's been in Seven Witches. Obviously, he's been in Hellstar. He plays in a Sabbath / Judas Priest tribute band. He was in Vicious Rumors. What was the name of the power metal band he was in? He put out 2 albums.
Destiny's End.
Destiny's End. There you go. Another one
with Flotsam and Jetsam.
That's true too. Yeah, filling in for Eric A.K. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree with Shannon. He needs to take out his fangs.
John Bush. That's a good choice too. He's a great singer. He's awesome with him.
Damien Hair Metal says Sammy Hagar. I'm not familiar with Miljenko Matovich.
Good job, man.
Ripper Owens, Miles Kennedy.
Isn't that the guy from Steelheart?
You got me.
I think that's the guy from Steelheart. That second one.
Dude, I think it is too, and that dude definitely can sing, man. The highs are ridiculous.
Well, I had just for grins, I had John Oliva, Bruce Dickinson, Ralph Sheepers, Mark Slaughter in his heyday, Sousa, Zetro, and I really like Michael Ackerfeld from Opeth. He can go from high to low and melodic to death metal. He can sing anything.
Yep.
But
anyway. There's another singer I had on my list besides Dio that I took off because of the Has to Be Alive was Brad Delp.
Oh yeah, gee whiz, that guy could really sing. Okay,
I'm pretty sure he would nail most metal stuff. Maybe not if it's death metal, but like.
So let's agree on three choices for vocalist. Rivera sounds like we all agree on that.
Halford.
George Call, Halford.
Halford.
Okay.
Yeah,
One
I mean,
more.
I'm all for George Call, but I'm not sure how familiar are you with George Call, George?
I'm not. That's why.
Yeah,
Well, it's 2-1. Do you want to just put George Call on there for the sake of moving on to the next subject?
sure. So
Okay.
George Call sang for several bands. Aska is his main band, but he sang on 3 albums for Cloven Hoof,
Mm-hmm.
and so far 2 albums for Banshee.
Banshee.
I kept wanting to say Brainstorm. Banshee.
He was with Emerald also.
Yep. And yeah, Mindslave, that album is it's one of my all-time favorite albums that he sang on. Do you have that one, George? Brainstorm. Brainstorm. I keep wanting to do that. Banshee, Mindslave.
No, I do not.
Okay, you got homework to do, George, but I think you're
Yeah.
gonna
I know.
I think that album's right up
like him.
your alley.
And he's a really good guitarist.
Hold on.
He is a good
Write it
guitarist.
down.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write it. I gotta write it down.
Yeah. Banshee.
Okay. Banshee.
Mine-
I've heard of it. I've never heard anything, but I've heard of the band. I've never heard anything.
Well, they were
about
around in the '80s. They were on Atlantic Records. Their first album was on Metal Blade, but it was mostly an EP with 6 or 7 songs. And then their second album, they signed to Atlantic, and Atlantic pushed them in kind of a more commercial direction. I don't know the whole story, but let's just say that Atlantic didn't push the album like they said they were going to. After a band member slept with somebody from Atlantic they shouldn't have slept with. That's the story I was told. But
by the way, he was, speaking of which, he was with Omen.
Oh, that's right. And anyhow, so they got dropped by Atlantic and then kind of fell apart, but then they reformed and George Call became the vocalist and they put out that. I just still think that Mindslave is their absolute best album.
Okay.
What do you think, John? Agree with that?
I agree with that.
Yep.
And plus, they literally will play whenever, however. I mean, I asked them. I said, "Hey, what would it cost to have you play in my living room?" They said, "When do we show up?" And they just showed up and set up and played, and we recorded it. You can go to the Metal Roundtable, Aska, live at Casa de Carcass, and you can see a whole 48 minutes of including the debut of a new song, right from my living room.
So we got to vote for Sebastian Bach.
I can't argue with that. That's a good one.
Banshee are great. Yep, I agree. I mean, if you guys have some other ideas, or like if you think the 3 that we picked, let us know what you think of the 3 we picked so far. But yeah, I mean, George Call's kind of a modern day powerhouse vocalist. If that dude would have been around in the '80s, releasing the quality material he's been releasing in the last 10 years, he would have been a legend, like James and Rob Halford, and because he's just got that kind of powerhouse voice.
And those guys kind of, I'm not saying they got stuck or mired in it, but they were doing the USO tour for the soldiers and the servicemen and women, and they were touring all like Saudi Arabia, Africa, China. I mean, they were all over the map, and literally all over the map. And so anyway, but
got to vote for Geddy Lee here too.
Yeah,
he's definitely got a unique voice.
Sure.
I think the other suggestion he gave, Rick Emmett, might be better because I think the dude's got more range. But Geddy's great too. All right, well, let's move on to guitar players.
Once again, geez, okay, my top 5, and this is going to be controversial, but Joe Satriani,
good choice.
Gary Holt, Dave Mustaine, Michael Emmett, and Jeff Loomis. And Loomis and Emmett are on the same team now. I mean, that's arch enemy.
Yep.
And I mean,
yeah, Loomis is.
Well, you talk Loomis about a potent duo. That's
his solo albums are great too, and not just the Nevermore stuff.
Right.
Yep.
But and people are saying, well, why Joe Satriani? Well, think about it. He produced Possessed. A guy can play anything. And when he was with Chickenfoot, and they would do Van Halen songs, so he had to imitate Eddie Van Halen. And then when he was in a couple other bands where he was like, he had to do Neil Sean imitation. He had to do, I don't know. I just think the guy can play anything. He can play the blues. He can play rock. He can play metal. He can play. Oh, Loomis is not an arch enemy anymore.
Nope.
Oh well.
He's from what I understand, he's reformed Nevermore. I don't know who's singing for him.
Oh,
but
that's right. Yeah, I don't know who the.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah, those are good
well,
choices. but-
I'm
yep.
still going to keep him on my top 5, and
Yep.
I've got some other honorable mentions, but.
Well, here's the one I put in my top 5.
Okay.
And this first one I put because I just think he's a riff master, and the stuff he's been releasing over the last 10 years is some of his best. But Wolf Hoffman,
Oh,
except
yeah.
Frank Marino,
He's still around.
he's still around. Michael
Can't
Schenker,
argue. Michael Schenker.
mhm. Yuli John Roth, who can play probably better than almost any other person in the world, in my opinion. Still to this day. You disagree?
No.
No.
And then Michelangelo.
No. Michelangelo Battio.
Yep.
Well,
I like the Nitro stuff. I like some of his solo stuff too. So, yeah.
All good picks.
What do you got,
We
George?
got-
What do you got?
I got Jeff Waters.
That's a good pick.
Not love. Yeah. Andy LaRock
That's another good one.
and what do you call it? I just lost my train of thought here.
We can't have two guitarists in every in each of our bands, since most metal bands do have two guitar players.
Yes. I want to say his name right. Akira Tarasaki from Loudness.
Loudness.
Yeah, that's a good
He's
one. too.
amazing. And what about good old Ingve Malmsteen?
Yeah,
Had him on my list.
the dude can play. I don't think he's the best songwriter in the world, but I think he's a great guitar
No.
player.
He is. He wouldn't last long in the band anyway.
No,
No,
'cause
he's no.
contemptuous. Well, some of my honorable mentions were Bill Steer. I saw somebody comment about the Gary.
Yep.
Thank you,
We
Gary.
gotta vote for Mike Lee. Mike Lee. I mean, Mike is the vocalist for Barren Cross, and he does play a guitar, but he wasn't the main guitar player in the band. But anyhow, Chuck, Dimebag, and Alex.
Unfortunately,
Skolnick?
I had Alex Skolnick, John Petrucci from Dream Theater, Abath. Guy writes killer riffs and killer songs. Yngwie.
Red Beach.
What's that?
Red Beach and Doug Aldridge.
Yeah, can't argue with those
Good
two,
too.
man. How about Scott Ian? For a rhythm
You know
player?
what? Actually, he's on my list too, but he's just not in the top 5. For rhythm players, the dude can play.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I think he probably can play more than that too. I mean, didn't he tour with Meatloaf as a guitar player? And I know he's toured with his wife as well, who plays a totally different style of music than Anthrax or Meatloaf.
Right.
So yeah, he might be a good pick too.
Is James
What about,
Murphy still around?
Who?
James Murphy?
Yes, he's still out.
Okay.
He's still alive.
He's a good one. I noticed Shannon mentioned him.
We're getting a lot of picks here. So we got
Eric
Blackmore,
Peterson?
Schenker, Iommi.
Yeah.
Can't argue with Iommi either.
No.
Angus, Tipton.
How about
Ty
Rick
Tabor
Tipton?
from
How about Ricky
King's
Faulkner?
X.
Say again, George?
And I'll take KK Downing first.
Okay.
KK can still play. Look at the solo stuff he's been putting out. Whether
No,
you like
I-
the
I-
songwriting or not, he's
I
definitely
don't
can play.
disagree with you. I don't disagree, but Richie Faulkner is a bad motor scooter.
Yeah, he is. What did you say, George? Sorry, I talked over you.
Ty Tabor from King's X.
Oh yeah, that
Oh,
dude's
yeah.
awesome. Greg Howe, that's a good choice. Jason Becker, oh, he's passed though. Eddie Van Halen's passed. Yeah, Marty Friedman, that's another guy who could probably play anything. Someone else with Joe Satriani, so you got a vote for Joe Satriani there.
Yeah.
Alex Skolnick is another one for that. James Murphy, Wolf Hoffman. Yep, that's
There you
one of the
go.
ones I picked. Eric Peterson.
Testament.
He's got
Oh
great riffs.
yeah,
And,
yeah. You were
and
thinking of he was thinking of the guitar player from Barren Cross, whose name is slipping my mind. It'll come to me. Hang on a second. Greg Fulton from Snow White.
Hmm.
Kirk Hammett.
Okay.
I mean,
Laughing.
Oh, by the
There's
way,
nothing-
speaking of Kirk Hammett, somebody Henry gave me the Lulu challenge this week. Said he'd give me $50 if I could start at the beginning and listen to Lulu all the way through. So far, I owe him $50. Anyway,
Ray Para. No, Ray Paris. That's the guitar player for Baron Cross. Ray Para is the singer for Sacred Warrior. So Ray Paris is what he was thinking of.
how about Phil Demmel, formerly of Violence, and I don't know who he plays for now.
I forgot Vito Bratta.
Oh, man, people want to hate on that dude, but he can shred, dude. That Vito Bratta's a bad motor scooter too.
Ooh, I like this choice too. Bruce Franklin.
You'll like the next one, maybe.
Oz Fox. He can definitely play.
Steve Vai.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of good choices, but we
Okay,
only have
so let's
4.
narrow it down to 2. Well, let's
Narrow
narrow
to
You
2 first.
You gonna pick a rhythm and a lead, that kind of thing.
yeah.
Well, they could both play rhythm and both play lead for all I care.
Of course.
So, do we have any in common between the 3 of us?
Did anyone mention George Lynch, by the way?
Not
No.
yet.
He's pretty good.
Not yet. He's pretty good.
Andreas Kisser.
Andres, yeah, he's man. This one's
Tough.
This one's tough.
I mean,
but if we're playing metal, if we're just playing, if we're forming the ultimate metal playing band, dream band, what do you think? Michael Emmett, Dave Mustaine?
he's not a bad choice either.
No.
Phil Dremmel's with Kerry King now.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Getting a paycheck.
Who picked this guy?
Hey, you know what? He is a good guitarist. I don't care
Yes,
what
he is.
anybody says. I don't know. Somebody give me another guitar duo.
How about we do? Well, we got 3 votes for Wolf Hoffman, so I think he should make one of the bands.
Okay, I'm okay with Wolf Hoffman, and who else?
Remind me of your top picks again.
Michael Emmett, and I don't know, Dave Mustaine. Joe
Dave Mustaine.
Satriani, Gary Holt.
I go with Dave Mustaine.
All right, Wolf
Okay.
Hoffman and Dave Mustaine are in our top band. Now we need 2 more for the second band.
Mustaine, Hoffman. How about Gary Holt?
Another vote for Ted Nugent from somebody else. Gary Holt.
And Michael Emmett.
That sounds good. Yeah, good.
It sounds good to me, man. You're not going to get. All these guys are good. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. like Rob told me when we saw. Yes, I actually saw Winger. I actually paid money to go see Winger once, and I'm standing behind Rob watching Reb Beach just absolutely destroy up there on stage. And he turned to me and he said, "Reb Beach is better than you are." And I said, "He's better than just about everybody I've ever seen. He's really good." But I'm okay with Michael Emmett and Gary Holt as
another vote for Wolf Hoffman.
So Wolf Hoffman and Dave Mustaine, and then Gary Holt and Michael Emmett.
Let's throw in. We got a lot of guitar players. Let's throw in a guest lead guitar player on each of them, just for fun. So I'm going to vote for. I think nobody can out solo either Yngwie or Uli Roth, but
I'm okay. Oh, Andy LaRock, way to go, Shannon. I can't
Wasn't
argue with that one either.
Wasn't he was on George's list too, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yep.
Let's go with Andy LaRock and one other one.
Andy LaRock for guest vocal. Okay.
That's pretty
Put
solid.
Put one of them in guest solos on each of the 2 bands. I still think that Uli Roth could solo over top of most of those guys, but
Well, and he's around and been around for a long, long time, so maybe we ought to. I'd be okay.
But that's all right.
I'd be okay to bump Yngwie. I just have this burr under my saddle about him for some reason.
yeah, he's got a big time attitude. So I mean, I get it.
But I mean, those first two out, Rising for, oh, even in Trilogy, all three of those first three records were great. And then that covers one that he did,
Yeah,
I
that was
love
really
that
good.
covers one. He
man.
did a good job with that.
Yeah. Okay.
Here, I'll show this one. I showed this one earlier. And speaking of covers, we'll see how many people say, "Oh, that sucks." I like this
I like
album
that.
a lot.
I like that one.
It's
I only bought two of them. I bought the third one because the second one was Back in Black, which is completely ridiculous.
yes, I have it, but I got it like $3 at a used store, and yeah, I listened to it once, and it's been on the shelf ever since.
I think you paid too much. I think you paid too much for that.
Yeah, it was an interesting listen. It fills a space in the
I'll
collection.
bet.
A Warpath, and that's it for me on 6 Feet Under.
Well, this is getting a, just so anybody knows, I don't know if it's Record Store Day or when, but it's getting a reissue on vinyl, and it's getting a bonus track of I think Grinder by Judas Priest on there.
You know what's funny about that album is they do the Stepping Stone. He says the Sex Pistols. I'm like, it's freaking Monkeys, man. He won't put the Monkeys on, but it's the Sex Pistols. That wasn't the Sex Pistols. It was the Monkeys.
Yeah,
it sure
Did it
was.
first.
All right. How about bass players?
Oh, look, another one. Graveyard Classics was cool. See, I knew someone else besides me liked it.
All right. Well, he's from Melbourne.
Right on.
He's from down
Bass
under.
players. So I funny, oddly enough, I ended up crossing out most of my bass players because they are past, like Lemmy. But I've got Didi Verni.
I've got him too.
One who can play in any style band and actually has guested on a lot of different albums on top of being in his own band. Joey Vera,
That's a
Okay.
good one.
Can't argue
Armored
with
Saint, Lizzie Borden. He also he played in so many different bands. Fates Warning. I can't even think of all the different bands he's
that.
played
In
in.
Seven Witches for a spell.
I think he might have been. He was in so many bands, and he's guested on so many albums. Ooh, and now I swear, I left
Symphony
off.
X?
All right,
Was he in Symphony X?
I don't think so. Symphony X was the guy from Heathen's Rage that was
Oh,
the
Mike
bass player.
LaPond.
Yeah.
Mike LaPond.
So then I also have Steve DiGiorgio from Death and
Sadist,
and all those different bands.
Testament.
I picked Steve Harrison, and one that nobody's probably going to agree with but me, but I think he's a great bass player and a really cool dude. But Steve Rowe from Mortification.
I'm not going to argue with that. Well,
But my other pick, which I didn't write down for some reason, but I remember thinking about it, was the bass player from Manowar, who's come on, you guys know his name, right?
Joy DeMaio.
Thank you. Get on camera, get stupid. I mean, come on, you can not like the band, you can not like their image, you can not like their, stuff, but the dude can play bass, man. The guy is incredible.
yep. Well,
Anyhow, those are my picks.
I had Steve DiGiorgio on the top of the heap. Didi Verni, number 2. Geezer Butler, number 3. Alex
That's a good one.
Webster, number 4.
That's a good one.
And Charlie D'Angelo from King Diamond, Merciful Fate, Arch Enemy.
Well, we're getting a lot of
Witchery.
well, we haven't got George picks yet, but after we get George picks, we'll have to, because we're getting a lot of picks from the viewers too. User, what you got there, George?
Well, we all agree on the top one. I think Steve DiGiorgio too.
All right, so there we go. That was easy pick because not only did we all pick him, but we're getting a ton of people pick him. So he's definitely our bass player for band number 1. What are your rest of your picks?
Peter Baltes from Estep.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
Glenn Hughes.
Oh yeah, great.
And he can
great.
sing too.
And he can sing. Yeah, I was just gonna say he can sing as well.
And Cliff Williams. He just holds it down. He's simple, but I think he's a solid bass
Yep.
player.
It's a good
Not
pick.
fancy or anything, but
Ooh, Tony Franklin. Yeah.
Tony Franklin's another good one. Yep.
How about Dave Ellefson? Robert Trujillo.
Billy Sheehan.
Billy
Sheehan,
Sheehan.
yep. Doug Pinnick.
Jason Newsted, is he still good?
Doug Pinnick's played in a bazillion different bands too. Guested, and on top of playing, King's X and every other side project he's done.
Funny someone mentions John Paul Jones. He's so quiet and he's sort of in the background, but I think that between his keyboards and his bass playing, that really helped glue Zeppelin together.
I think he, along with Bonham gave Zeppelin their heaviness, whereas
I
Sabbath,
agree.
the heaviness came from the guitars. Zeppelin, the heaviness came from the rhythm section.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
those drums were just mammoth, and the bass playing was right along with it.
Agreed. So bass player, DiGiorgio is not our team one, and who's number two?
So, I mean, I don't know because we got all kinds of. We didn't have any others in common? I don't think.
Well,
Dee Dee Verney.
Yeah, Dee Dee Verney is good. Has a great sound. He had that roto. He's the one that invented the roto sound strings. The different they have a different winding to them or something that made that kind of a weird unique bass sound.
Mm-hmm.
John Mayung from Dream Theater is phenomenal.
Yes, he is. What do you think, George? You got a pick for number 2 that we should do?
Dee Dee Verney works. He's got a very unique bass sound. I think I like him.
Okay.
And he's another guy who's kind of versatile too. I mean, obviously he's played thrash his whole life in an Overkill, but he's also plays in his own goth band. He's guested on other people's projects too, so he's pretty versatile in my opinion. If anybody disagrees, but yeah, Geezer Butler, man, it's hard not to put him in there as well.
He's our guest bassist.
Yeah, he's in our next. If we had 3 bands, he'd be in definitely. I don't know. I'd put him in number 1.
He's technically retired though, so.
We got the winner. We got the winner right here. Nikki Sixx for the win.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So what do we have so far? Name our because we still have drums to go, right?
Yes. So we've got Mustaine and Wolf Hoffman for guitarists, and then we have let's see, Ammett and Holt for our rhythm section, or 1 and 2 second band. Then we have George Call and I guess James Rivera. We only had 1 pick for our vocalist. So we had
we didn't pick one for the second band?
No.
Oh, that was dumb. Why didn't we do that?
Well, the 3 in the running are Halford, George Call, and Rivera.
I think we went for Halford, didn't we?
Yeah, I thought Halford was there too.
It's hard to vote against him. So, is it Rivera and Halford?
Rivera and Halford.
Okay.
So we still got drummers left. So
this ought to be interesting. You want me to start?
Sure, go ahead.
I have some hot sports opinions about. Okay, my top 5: Dave Lombardo, Gene Hoglan, Isaac Falk from Blood Incantation, Bobby Rock from Lita Ford. And the only reason is Bobby is a friend of mine, and I've seen him since before the Vinnie Vincent days, and that dude can just flat out play anything. And I mean anything.
I met him once. He was a really nice guy.
Yeah, he's a super nice
guy.
And
he didn't ask for money for his autograph at the KISS convention I went to. I said, well, how much do you want? He goes, no, nothing. He just wrote it. I was like, really? I was like, okay.
Yeah.
He's a nice guy.
Very classy, very good guy. And healthy, very healthy. And then Igor Calavera.
That picture of him on the Vinnie Vincent album with his pants painted on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
literally painted on.
He can still do that. And Igor Cavalera. And especially after seeing him at Hell's Heroes, rip through Schizophrenia and some of those songs. Dude, that guy's solid. And I had Paul Bostoff and Portnoy on there, Marco Miniman, Pete Sandoval from Morbid Angel, Daniel Erlinson from Arch Enemy, Inferno from Dark Funeral. He's a lefty, and he's really impressive if you've ever want to see something spectacular. Danny Herrera from Napalm Death, and then Tommy Cluflatos from Black Sabbath fame. Or at least he did the end tour.
I got on my list. I've got.
I forgot about Bobby Jasambach.
There's some good choices coming in. Scott Travis, that's a good choice too. Ian Pace, yeah. Tommy Aldridge, Camp Brother, the Appice Brothers, yeah. All right, my picks are the 5 I ended up with after deleting a bunch of others because, well, they're dead. But Mickey D.
Yeah.
Of Motorhead, Scorpions, King Diamond fame.
Yep.
Gene Hoglan, who I think is one of the best out there. Pete Weber.
Oh yeah.
I've seen Havoc several times with him playing live. He almost looked like his arms and legs aren't connected to his body. And he's just playing and he's just looking around and you're watching his feet and you're like, what the heck, man?
Bobby Rock, I saw at a drum clinic one time and he described it perfectly. He said when the motion of your hands and feet become a color, and I think that describes Pete Weber.
I've got one more. Bobby Rock's a great pick. I didn't think of him until you just said it, but also picked Terry Bozzio.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good
Can't
one,
argue
too.
with that either.
A man who does not like to sign autographs, from what I've been told.
So, did you have anybody else on your other part of your list? Your other outside the top 5?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, just people that have passed away.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I only picked 6, 7. I wrote down Bobby Rock just because you said him, but that's a good choice. But how about you, George? What you got?
I got Andy Galen from Death Angel.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when he started as a kid. I got Gene Hoglan too. Dave Lombardo, Charlie Benante.
Oh yes, Charlie is a fantastic drummer. Matter of fact, when we were talking on the phone earlier, Carcass and I he was when we were talking about.
Yeah,
and neither one of us listed him. Sorry,
Mick Brown from Dokken.
Yeah.
Yep, he can play. He's played in Dokken. He played in Lynch Mob. He played for Ted Nugent for a decade.
Yeah, he's really and Rob Reiner from Anvil.
Yep,
He can,
great drummer.
He can play. He's great.
Here's another great drummer. I know no one was going to pick him, but Daryl Dwarf is a great drummer, fantastic drummer, and a downright really nice guy. Killer Dwarfs.
Killer Dwarfs is a great band.
Yeah, Terry Bozzio has a brain in his ass because that guy does some impossible stuff. Yeah, I saw him do a solo drum concert, not a drum clinic. It was a solo concert, and the drum set was huge, and it was
200 pieces or something. It's
massive. And each drum, he was telling us, each drum is tuned to a different sound, so he could actually play notes on the drums. It was pretty amazing. Anyhow,
well, he cut his teeth with Frank Zappa, so that's where he gets all that kind of weirdness.
Dennis the Menace from Maccabi.
Macabre. Tomas.
I said Maccabi. I'm an idiot. I knew the name of the band too, but I said it wrong. Anyhow, so what do you think, guys?
We all said Hoglan, so I think he's probably our number 1 pick.
Sure.
Yeah,
I got no problem with Hoglan.
Okay.
Did I say Scott Travis in my list? Because he was one of my 5 too. If I didn't mention him, I did say Scott Travis. So.
Okay, and I said Lombardo. George said Lombardo. Did you say Lombardo?
I did not, but I have no problem with Lombardo.
So is that our backup?
Yeah.
Okay.
I put Dave Lombardo in there, and yeah.
So who would we have in case Lombardo fell all over and broke a nail or something? Bobby Rock, Igor Cavalera, Charlie Benante.
Charlie Benante is a good choice for me. I like Charlie Benante. That's a good choice. I can't believe I thought of Pete. I can't believe I thought of Pete Weber, but didn't think of Charlie.
Yeah, Pete Weber is hard to beat, though. I mean, he does the technical stuff like in Fear Factory, and then just straight up kill. Oh, yeah, there's another.
Richard Christie, that's another good one.
Oh, yeah, there's another. I see we're getting lots of.
John Bonham.
Yeah, but yeah.
What's his son's name?
Jason
Bonham.
Yeah, he's good too. In fact, he's he makes that Zeppelin project thing. What is it? The Jason Bonham Zeppelin experience.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dude, he's a knockoff of his dad for sure.
I saw that with he opened for Peter Frampton when I saw him.
They opened for Kiss when I saw them, or Whitesnake. And yeah, I should have
Did they have
left.
did they have the guy that dressed like Jimmy Page in the band then too?
The tall Japanese fellow.
Yeah, the one guy that looks like Jimmy Page. That's
Yeah.
great. He plays good. I think it's great.
Yeah,
So I think it's pretty funny.
plays just like him too.
now. Plays just like him. Looks just like him. It's pretty funny.
All right.
There's one more I was thinking of, and I can't remember his name to save my life, so I'm looking it up real quick here.
Marco Mendoza.
Mike Heller. That dude is amazing. If you ever get to go see Raven play,
Oh
he's
yeah.
absolutely amazing. He was also, of course, in Fear Factory and several other bands. But
How about Shannon Fry? He's okay.
I thought about saying Shannon, but I didn't want to. Because he watches the show, I didn't want to be.
You didn't want to attract attention to himself.
No,
I think Shannon Fry is a great drummer.
I think he's a fantastic drummer too.
Did you mention Brian Tichy?
Who?
Brian Tichy?
Nobody said that one.
No.
Who do you play for?
Played a lot of bands. He says some weird stuff when he plays though. He was playing with a punching bag and he does the whole rhythm with the punching bag and throws it with his left hand. It's pretty crazy. You have to look it up.
Tom Hunting.
Oh, Tom Hunting. Who's
Yeah.
that? Who's that crazy Italian guy that plays drinking a cup of coffee and he plays all these
Marco Mendoza wasn't he a bass
terrifying-
player?
doggone it, what's his name? I can't remember. Anyway, well, sounds like we got ourselves a couple of good bands.
Yep, I think so.
I wonder what it would take to get them together.
As I just said, now you got to form them together.
A miracle.
We needed.
You know who's a great? You know who's a really great drummer that I think is vastly underrated? Is Brian Downey.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's very good.
Well, I think that you know what we needed. I needed to win that Powerball. That was what $460 million, and then
$1.3 billion.
Oh, is that what it was?
Uh-huh.
Christmas. I bet we could have put the band together for that. At least one band. Say, okay, $1 million each. You got to play a full set, hour and 15 minutes. Talk amongst yourselves, and it's going to be next month. I bet they could do it. So we got to have, let's see, you have Mustaine call Wolf Hoffman and have Halford show up, and then Steve DiGiorgio and Gene Hoglan. I think that'd be great. I'd pay money for that.
Yep, I would too.
Okay. Let's make it happen. Go ahead, Scott. You're well connected.
You got to send this video to everyone you know and all those guys, and then we'll see.
That's right.
See if it happens.
Yep. Brian Downey was a great drummer. He was one of the early drummers doing the double bass thing too. The steady double bass. A lot of drummers did double bass. You know, they would do different things. But
like Ian Pace used to do speed kicking all the time too, and it sounded kind of like. And he would play a triplet on the snare and on the floor tom, and then with his foot, and it would sound like double. What
do you guys think of Bobby Blotzer?
I
mean, I'm not a huge fan of he was from what, Rat?
Yeah.
I mean, I liked Rat a lot, but I couldn't tell you how good of a drummer he is.
I thought he was okay. Then didn't who was it? Ron Donnelly? Didn't that?
Yeah, we mentioned Tim Ripper Owens. He just didn't make the cut.
Yeah, he didn't make the cut. Oh
Rat
wow!
skates.
There's a real creeper. Ooh.
Take Ripper over Halford these days.
Yeah. I think Ripper gets a bad rap, but I think he was very, very serviceable, and he did not let the brand down at all.
No,
when he was in the band.
His own band stuff was great when he did his solo stuff. The stuff he did with Iced Earth was fantastic. So
yeah,
Shannon Fry just gave Bobby Blotzer a thumbs up. So that's cool.
That's saying something. That's one of his peers.
I don't have anything against him, and I like Rat. He's just not one of the ones that clicks in me when I think great drummers. Not for any that he's bad. It's just not one that clicks in my mind. That's all. Demolition was not his fault. No, it was the songwriting. They were trying for something different than. Yeah, it just wasn't a good album.
Yeah,
it's got a few good songs, but I don't ever listen to it. What do you think, George? Any changes we need to make? Anybody we need to move around? Are we good to go? We got our
that's pretty solid.
bands.
I think that's pretty solid.
Next week's show, we're going to name
I'd like
these
to
two
see
bands.
that.
We're gonna name them.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's a whole 2-day show.
There you go, man after my own heart. Yuli Roth on guitar. I was rooting for him the entire time, dude. If you missed the beginning of the show, yeah, we can't do Cliff Burton because we were only doing people that are Neil Peart either. Because these are all people
I don't
that
know
are
who Brian
past.
Roth is. My
Who's
bad.
Brian Ross? Yeah, I'm not. It's not. That one's not clicking with me either. But Yuli on
From,
guitar.
Brian Ross is from Staten.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I'll take Yuli Roth. I think that dude is one of the greatest guitar players of all time, and he definitely inspired a lot of guitar players.
Just keep just keep the microphone away from him.
We don't have to sing. He just has to play
No,
lead.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, he even Yngwie. I mean, the whole Rising Force name came from a Yuli Roth solo album.
Yeah.
So he was a huge inspiration as well. I mean, as well as and Richie Blackmore is another one. That dude is amazing too. But
I'm surprised. Did Blackmore Rules name Richie Blackmore? I'm surprised that you didn't put up more of a stink.
I didn't. He may have. I don't remember. We got so many comments.
He's not going to say Tommy Bolin. I do know that.
No one mentioned Steve Harris.
Steve Harris.
I did. I did.
Oh, you did?
He was in my top 5. Yeah, I mentioned Steve Harris. So.
Oh, I thought you said Steve Harrison, like from Harrison.
Oh no!
By the way, speaking of which, they just sent me 2 more tracks. Harrison did, and they sent me Concho and Axes of Death, and I'm doing another graphic for Axes of Death, and it's going to be epic.
Yep, they just sent me stuff, so that album's going to be coming out probably at the beginning of 2026.
Yeah,
it's going to be a vinyl release as well as CD and vinyl. 3 to 4 months. So 3 to 4 months from now puts it at the end of the year. So
no,
sorry, and what do we want me to do?
Hey, the new Creeper coming out on Halloween. And there's a couple of good players, the Fritz brothers. And Ian Train is a killer bass player, and Curtis Lawrence is a beast on drums. And nobody knows who they are, but they're about to.
Yeah, you guys need to order that new Creeper album. The production is amazing. It's done by Kerry Crafton and
Sterling Winfield.
Thanks, Sterling Winfield, who are, of course, Sterling's known because of all the work he did with Pantera. Kerry's done a freaking million projects.
Rigor Mortis, War Beast, Devastation,
among others. Yeah, so
the Toadies,
fantastic. But you can order you can order it everywhere now. You can actually order it on Target, and it's releasing the same time as the label's releasing, October 31st, Halloween. So you can order it pretty much everywhere. Amoeba Records, Tower Records, Walmart, a lot of the stores are even selling it. So I'm hoping it does well. It's a low pressing, but if it sells well, it's going to get repressed. So
yeah. We've got Rock Realm Ron Haggerty, my top 5 vocalists: Ripper, Ray Parra, Jason.
Ray Parra's a great singer.
Alan
Jason's a great singer.
And
another great singer.
Your favorite, Michael Sweet.
Dude can sing.
Yeah, he can sing.
For sure. He can hit the high notes. So, who'd you say was my favorite?
Anyway,
I love these new things they put on here. Oh, actually, here's the one I should have hit. Michael Sweet.
Anyway,
now I was a huge Stryper fan almost my whole life, and it's just unfortunate that the incident that shall not be named kind of destroyed that.
Yeah, well, when ego gets in the way, sometimes good judgment is not top of the list. But anyway, so that was fun. Got a couple of killer bands together, and all we need is a couple $1 million to put it together, and then we got to come up with a name. But I think next week we might have a guest.
Yes,
there's a whole bunch of old. They're doing a documentary. I don't know if I can say this, but I can say this. They're doing a documentary on Dallas Fort Worth metal, the underground metal scene here in Dallas Fort Worth. I mean, that spawned Talon and Sedition and Gamacide and Warbeast and Rigor Mortis and Pantera and Forced Entry and on and on and on and on. Solitude Eternus. And I've seen a snippet of it, and they're actually going to interview me, I guess, for part of it. I don't know why, but Scott Shelby had asked me to come over and they're doing a second round of interviews, but it's going to be really interesting. I know like LA and the Bay Area thrash and and New York, of course, can lay claim with the Overkill, Anthrax, Deadly Blessing, blah, blah, blah. But I think that people sometimes overlook Texas as a bastion of heavy metal also. And, just look at the list: Devastation, Anchor Wat, Hellstar, War
Watchtower.
Master. What's that? Watchtower.
Watchtower.
And speaking of which, Watchtower.
Ironjaw.
Ironjaw. Watchtower is playing on my birthday on the 20th. Unfortunately, I will be here locally, but I'll be in Austin with Moss Generator and Tony Reed and Scooter and John O'Garrett down there at Ripple Fest. And
Broken Teeth, Dangerous Toys.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man. Give us our props. But anyway, look for that probably early next year, about the time that the Harrison record comes out. But I don't know, a lot of fun stuff. But I think Steve Murphy wants to come on and talk about the Watchtower, Rotting Corpse stuff that's happening, because Rotting Corpse has been actually playing once or twice a month at a minimum, and Gamacide is about to go on a 2-week tour of mostly the South and Mid-South. So, and Shannon Fry, Absu, there's another one. And it's weird that some of these bands like Absu, you got to drive to another state or fly to another country to see them play. And they're huge in these other markets, but they're not huge in their own backyard, which is very strange to me. But
we forgot our favorite Doom Death band from Texas too.
Solitude Eternus?
No, I said Doom Death. Man.
Oh, Doom Death Band.
Mm-hmm. Usually he's on the show with us too. I haven't seen him today.
Oh.
The name is slipping my mind. I was hoping you remember it.
Death Doom?
Yes. Death metal vocals, Doom metal. The dude's always watching our show. Come on, help me out here. Rob always pushes for him too when he was doing the show. My goodness. 2 EPs, broke up for a while. Just recently got back together again.
Divine Eve?
2 EPs. One of them on vinyl. Man, that's ridiculous. I can't remember. Anyhow, forget it. I'll remember it as soon as we hang up.
Now I'm stressing about it.
The guitar player, I think it's the guitar player, watches our show all the time, and we promoted him on. We've had him on the show, and I still can't remember the dang name. It'll come to me. Anyhow,
well, it's not Chris Manning, but he's another serviceable guitar player. Anyway,
but anyhow, yeah. So next week we will probably have on
Steve Murphy
was from
Rotting Corpse and Nowhere Jets and a bazillion other. In fact, Eldritch Wright and Process Revealed. He's been in a ton of stuff.
And then eventually, in the next few weeks, we're going to have on at least one, if not two, of the guys from Eviction.
Cool.
Kind of catch up with them. The Eviction album's getting a vinyl reissue, and we're going to talk about that. And also, Todd, the singer from that, is in a new band that's got not a new band. He's been in the band for 10 years now, but they have a new album coming out. And guitar player Rob Tabachka, I always mess up his last name. He's got a new band too called. He's got a new band, and the Lords of Loch Ness. That's the name of his new band, and they're playing kind of a doomy stoner rock metal thing too. So we're going to have them on in the near future, and then also we're going to have the ex-members of Hyrax on, who are now in Harrison. But that'll be closer to when the album's coming out. So
yeah, we got some stuff lined up. Oh, Frozen Soul.
No.
Frozen. Creeping Death.
You're still trying to think. Doom, slow, Doom, death metal vocals. Dang it, I can't remember it. Anyhow, George, why don't you tell everybody what you got going on before we go?
No, not seeing my stuff. I got some collection update coming next week. That's about it. I got a couple things lined up. I have a list of stuff to do, and I just see what I want to do with it. What flies, what doesn't fly.
Well, we have go ahead. I'm sorry. I thought you were done.
No, I'm done.
Oh, so on my channel, I used to do this thing called Thrash Metal A to Z. And I got through. So basically, every episode was just listing a bunch of thrash bands, starting with A. And I think I got through FG, somewhere in that area, before I ended up losing my job at the time and having to go solo. And I stopped doing those because they were so time consuming. But I constantly get people ask me to resurrect those. So I thought it might be a fun thing to do that, to have that be a metal roundtable thing, because we can get more perspective and more bands, bands that I'm not familiar with that you might be familiar with. So hopefully in the future we can do it. There you go. Gosh, man. Forebode. Did it come to your head or did somebody say it?
No, I just finally realized what you were saying.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I forgot the name. Forebode. Yes. Fantastic band.
Speaking
and they are back together again, right?
Yes. Speaking of which, I'm playing a couple of their tracks, or at least one of their tracks on the Crypt this weekend. I have a little section of crusty Death Doom. Like you said, Death Doom.
That's what I said. All right. We're way over time. So I'm going to go ahead and find our little banner here. And I'm going to make sure let's see here. So I want everybody to be able to find everybody. So you can find John at Instagram, Carcass John Art, or you can also hear him at
128 DB Rock on the, in fact, tonight at 10 o'clock, Carcass John's alter ego. We delve into some modern rock, including a new track from Bleed, local Denton band, but pretty killer stuff.
Right on. And George is from George G's Room of Rock on YouTube. Where else can they find you, George?
GTR Rock Realm with Ron and Tim every Sunday night at 7:30. We're doing things on Ron's channel.
Right on. Yeah, he actually invited me on the show this past Sunday, but Sundays are rough because that's usually I'm spending that time with my grandkids and family and stuff. And I didn't even see the message until I was way past the time. So, in any case, you can find me on Instagram at No Life to Metal. You can find me on YouTube under No Life to Metal, or search Scott Waters. You can find me on Facebook or any of those kind of places. So, that's it. So, for episode, you guys know how we always do this. We end it the same way every time. We never get it right, but we never said we were professionals. But so anyhow, for episode number 282 of the Metal Roundtable, Metal will prevail. And then you guys just look silly while I leave you hanging, and I'm still looking for it. So there we go.